Welcome back to Inspire Talks. And listen closely, because this is one of those stories that forces you to stop scrolling, breathe for a moment, and finally face a truth you've been avoiding. The story that might change your day, or your life. Title: The Beauty of Being Incomplete. Life teaches us many lessons, but one lesson almost everyone learns too late is this. Sometimes the most beautiful parts of us are the ones that are still unfinished. This is the story of Ariv, a boy who spent half his life trying to complete himself, only to discover that incompleteness was not his weakness, it was his courage. The story: Ariv was the kind of person who never felt enough. He had dreams, big ones, bright ones, but somewhere inside, he also carried a quiet belief. I am incomplete, and maybe I always will be. He wasn't broken. He wasn't lost. He was just human. But he couldn't see that. Everywhere he looked, people seemed to move faster than him, shine brighter than him, succeed earlier than him. Friends were getting promotions. Batchmates were getting married. Neighbors were buying cars and houses. And every time someone asked him, "So what are you doing now?" his heart answered silently, "Trying. I'm trying." But the world never had patience for trying. The wound he never showed. Ariv carried a quiet loneliness. Not the kind that comes from being alone, but the kind that comes from feeling left behind. He felt like a puzzle with pieces missing. Some days he blamed himself. Some days he blamed fate. Most days, he just stayed silent and kept moving. But here's the truth no one tells you. People who feel incomplete often love the strongest, work the hardest, and dream the deepest. Because they're always searching, always hoping, always trying to fill something inside that feels empty. Ariv was one of them. The meeting that changed everything. One evening, while struggling with work he didn't enjoy, he met an old school teacher. Someone who had seen him before the world changed him. She looked at him, smiled softly, and said, "Ariv, you look tired." He gave the usual answer, "I'm fine, maemme." But she didn't look away. "You know," she said, "all your life you've been running. But do you even know why you're running?" Ariv hesitated. She continued, "You think you're incomplete. You think something is missing. But tell me, why is being incomplete a bad thing?" He frowned. "Because it means I'm not enough." She laughed gently. "My child, the moon is incomplete every single month, yet the world still looks up to it." Ariv froze. She wasn't done. Flowers are incomplete before they bloom. A book is incomplete until the last chapter is written. And a heart is incomplete until it has lived enough to understand itself. She leaned closer and whispered, "Being incomplete just means you're still becoming." And suddenly, Ariv felt something he hadn't felt in years. Relief. The transformation. The next few months, Ariv stopped trying to fix himself. Instead, he started learning himself. He realized something powerful. He wasn't incomplete. He was in progress. Incomplete meant he still had room to grow. Incomplete meant he still had dreams to chase. Incomplete meant he wasn't done yet. And that was beautiful. He stopped comparing his timeline with others. He stopped hating his pace. He stopped blaming himself for not being where everyone else seemed to be. Because he finally understood. Life is not a race. It's a journey. And every journey is unfinished until the final breath. Once he accepted that, everything changed. He began working on what felt meaningful, not what looked impressive. He chose growth over perfection, effort over speed, progress over comparison. And slowly, beautifully, he realized he wasn't missing anything. He was simply evolving. The truth Ariv finally saw. One night, sitting alone under the sky, he whispered to himself, "I'm not incomplete. I'm unfolding." And for the first time, he didn't feel behind. He didn't feel less. He didn't feel ashamed of his pace, his journey, his dreams. He felt human, beautifully, courageously, authentically human. That night, Ariv learned the truth that changes everything. You don't have to be complete to be worthy. You don't have to be perfect to be enough. You just have to be becoming. And that is more than enough. Moral of the story: being incomplete is not a weakness. It's a sign that you're still growing, still learning, still becoming the person life is shaping you to be. The most beautiful souls are not the ones who have everything figured out, but the ones who dare to continue their journey, even when they feel unfinished. Your story is not over. You are still writing it, and unfinished stories often make the most powerful endings. If this story touched your heart, then let your finger do one small thing. Hit that like button. And if you want to walk with me in more such journeys, then subscribe. Our next story might just find you before you find it. ****. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.